and gentlemen, we're at it again. That time of the month. That time of the television. I believe we're on 63. If not, forgive me later. Just the cameras. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wednesday night Preflight, episode 63. As part of the usual, I am Gobble S. Cobble. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And if you all missed it last week, Corey Kerr has retained his title in our tournament. But you know, since the tournament's over now, you know what's coming up today. After we have a little Sabrina Invitational here, but tonight we have our FSCW Royal Rumble. Things are going to change. I'll explain after our cameras pan to Miss Sabrina Styles. It's that time again. Open challenge now. Come on down. Face your champion. So, Sabrina, this is Sabrina's last open invitational challenge, and we know who's left. Out of all of our diva or female roster, we have Junko Yokota as our last entrance. Fun stuff starts here. The winner of this match will be pulled, winner and loser, will be put into a number one contenders pool. I'll explain. As Junko makes her way down to the ring. But as we all know, Vanessa is the one that has won so far. And that would guarantee her a title opportunity against Sabrina. To make things a little bit more interesting, all of the females that have lost so far are going to have a battle royal, call it a second chance. And the winner of that battle royal will face Vanessa in a one-on-one for the number one contenders match. Or, if we make things interesting, it will become a triple threat match between Sabrina, Vanessa, and the winner of the losers bracket battle royal. We'll find that out next week. It all depends on what Sabrina wants to do. But as we see right now, her hands are going to be full with Miss Junko Yokota. And Sabrina's opened up with a beautiful German suplex right out of the match. Right out the gate. And Junko starting to try and get festive. But yeah, it's going to be a Detroit City street fight. Best 2 out of 3 falls, knockouts, submissions, pinfalls are all legal. Falls count anywhere. As Sabrina lays down that big clothesline. And Junko going right out the gate into the submission hold. Trying to ground Sabrina. And Sabrina's going to have nothing of it right now. Goes for the heel kick, but Junko sidesteps it. Goes to the kick of the hamstring. Junko goes to the headlock. Junko has a pullback neck breaker on Sabrina right in the center of the ring. Junko sets up, and beautiful backbreaker combination. Backbreaker, neck breaker. Junko's going to take it right to Sabrina because we know Junko is one of the most physically gifted divas in our women's division. And she has no problem showing it. She doesn't matter. And Jesus Christ! Sabrina's kicked right in the heel kick right off the top of the damn ropes and then eats a chair. Sabrina goes behind, standing switch, throws Junko into a barricade, and Sabrina is just starting to tee off. Sabrina goes to the wrist lock. Junko counters into the headlock and gives Sabrina a pole. All of the poles. Sabrina ducks under, standing switch. Junko sends Sabrina back into the ring. As this match is going on, big combination there from Junko. Junko dives back in. Junko counters a headlock of her own. It's going to be a sit-out net breaker, working that Sabrina's neck. But Sabrina's going to sweep the legs out underneath from Junko. Sabrina picks up. And Junko says, nope, none of that. Spins Sabrina around. And they're going to back each other in the corner. And Junko does a field breaker. And then Junko is going to put Sabrina back into the submission. One other note. Also, we don't see the FSCW champion, Mr. Corey Kerr, not here. He is out, and Sabrina hits a German, dropping Junko right on her head. He is out on a new network right now doing a interview, so that's why he is not with us tonight. Nice little combination there from Junko. Backbreaker, Russian leg sweep. With that backhand slap. And Junko puts Sabrina on the second ropes. Hits her and then goes on the outside. What the fuck is Junko doing? Jesus Christ! Junko just tries to kick goddamn head off of Sabrina. And Junko goes for the somersault, the moonsault, but Sabrina's able to roll away. Sabrina goes to the headlock, hits a scoop slam for her troubles. But Junko got that moonsault away, but Sabrina was just able to get out of the position. And Junko crashed and burned. Junko still working on that neck. That neck and head. And oh god. Junko going for a sit-out powerbomb. Here's the cover. Spin-out powerbomb. Sabrina kicks away. And Junko going to try and end it with a GTS. Hits the go to sleep. Sabrina's down. Here's the cover. 1. And Sabrina says no. Sabrina hits that heel kick, finally. Picks Junko up. And goes to try and activate her comeback, but Junko catches her and just eats that backbreaker. And big axe kick there from Junko. Jesus. And Sabrina, snap suplex. Sabrina's feeling it. Junko throws Sabrina into the corner. Kick to the midsection. And Junko going for the tarantula? No, she's going for the... I can't remember what the hell she calls that. That tarantula-like submission hold. Junko jumps in, clips Sabrina, but Junko jumped way too high. And ate it all again. Sabrina goes to the wrist lock. Big fireman carry there. Sabrina picks Junko back up, and Junko rakes the eyes. And hits a float over neck breaker. Once again, here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Junko has a first fall. Junko just kicking Sabrina out of the arena. Jesus Christ, these two can go. But we know that from the first couple times. But these two have a lot of bad blood between these two. Junko throws Sabrina back in, drops a big clothesline across the throat to the boot to the head. And tries it again, and finally Junko lands that cross body. And Junko steals Sabrina's finisher, hits the wheelbarrow facebuster. Here's the cover. 1. And Sabrina says no. Kicked out of her own finisher. And Sabrina says enough of that shit, hits the gut buster. And Sabrina put the rings of Saturn on Junko. Turnabout is fair play, ladies and gentlemen. Is Junko going to tap? Sabrina's got it in tight. And Junko taps. We are 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. Sabrina just knocks Junko out of there before she can try and reestablish the momentum. Sabrina throws Junko back into the ring. Drops the elbow. Sabrina taking her time. Junko gets back up. Sabrina goes up top, steps down, and Junko catches her. And hits another net breaker. And Junko's calling it on to this time. Junko's going to end it. And Junko hits the GTS on Sabrina. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Junko moves into the winner's bracket. So now, well, next week, we will have Junko versus Vanessa. And the winner of that match will join Sabrina's triple threat match versus the winner of the loser's bracket. So it's going to be a very exciting next week, ladies and gentlemen. The two divas that were able to beat our champ are going to face off one-on-one. And the winner of that gets into the triple threat match for Sabrina's title 2 weeks from now. What a match there from Junko. So that she's still got it. What a match. It's going to be fireworks next week, ladies and gentlemen. And it's that time again. The main event of the evening, our 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble. Our last year's opponent forgoes the winner a spot in our next FSCW tournament, or something that will change the landscape of FSCW. For the winner will receive a Feast or Fire briefcase. I'll explain. The Feast aspect option is a guaranteed title shot for the FSCW belt on the terms of the Rumble winner. The Fire aspect of the option is the Trial by Fire spot into our next FSCW tournament. They are all guaranteed. It also guarantees a spot in the tournament. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's head back ringside for our 30-man Royal Rumble. Start back to ringside. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our cameras will pan back to ringside, and we will get ready to go. We have a couple surprises in store for the Royal Rumble. A couple new acquisitions and some other up-and-comers. But yeah, I want to clarify while Josh Rogers explains the rules of the Rumble while I will talk. Yeah. The Feast aspect of it is not like the other promotions' Money in the Bank. It is to a point, but not really. Because you don't just, after a match, go down and cash it in. You actually declare when you're going to cash in that one. Might be that same night after a match, but you don't jump right into after the match, go for it. You give him the FSCW champ warning and what stipulation or rules you want to play by that he is to defend. He cannot deny or he has to accept whatever is dealt. So as our first contender comes down, it's going to be Sean Woolley. The Freak Show Sean Woolley is our number one contender. Number one entrance into the Royal Rumble. So that's the Feast aspect of this championship briefcase that we're debuting. The Fire aspect is is the ability to pretty much do how the rest of the tournaments have. You can either use that to test yourself, trial by fire to get at that championship, or you can take the easy way and instantly challenge the champ. Whenever, wherever, and he has to say accept. So, feast or fire briefcase. So that's something our heads of the FSCW have been debating since the last couple tournaments to make it more interesting. And number 2 is going to be Party Boy. This is going to be a very interesting opening up here. But yeah, so our number 1 and number 2 contenders for that Feast or Fire briefcase is the Freak Show Sean Woolley against the Party Boy. And we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you the match in its entirety. So we will be right back for our commercial break.